There's a lot of concern about supply of gas right now. We're hearing people say that some stations are running out, and I don't want to cause a panic. I want to be real careful about that. What is the problem? Is there a shortage of gasoline in our region, in our state? What's going on?
The gasoline demand, it doesn't flip on and off like a light switch. And so the way that it works primarily is you're looking at sort of a lag based on the demand. Now, luckily, we've had the opportunity to build up an oversupply over basically the past 12 months related to COVID and, due to the demand destruction. So you have had gasoline that's basically in production that's sitting. Now, with all the recent events, whether it's from the, heavy winter storm that we all experienced in mid-February, the hurricanes from last summer, you have had individual refineries go through long-term maintenance. You've had them had to shut down and then restart. And you have to remember that 50% of the nation's gasoline actually comes from the Gulf Coast, being Texas and Louisiana, with Louisiana about 20% of that production. And so we've also had some recent issues. There are several pipelines that actually run from southeast Texas all the way up to New York Harbor. And so there have been some disruptions along those lines, but they are beyond the Louisiana borders, closer to the Tennessee, Georgia areas. So you have seen some, shifts in the way that they're moving products there. But still around here, there has been, a lot of times what we're paying attention to is that production, and we have seen the demand sort of drive up based on what the supply is recently. And then the last thing that we sort of look to when it comes to situations like this, which is actually the way that the sale of gasoline works. So, a lot of times when you look at a facility like an independent operator like Racetrack or, Walmart or Costco or those places that have gasoline, well, they buy it wholesale based on what's available. And then you'll have contracts with particular stations. And so the contracts have to be fulfilled first. And once those are filled, then the independent operators or the racetracks and things like that will be able to get their gasoline when they buy it wholesale, which is primarily why they can sell cheaper gas. And so you fill those contracts, then you have the independents that are out there just trying to buy wholesale gasoline at a cheaper price, but they're going to be second. So when you see and you're out and about and seeing maybe we don't have gas or we're waiting for gas, there are a lot of different fluctuations in the market right now, but it'll get back to normal pretty soon.
Mike Monclaw with LOGA, Louisiana Oil and Gas, told us yesterday that this wasn't a problem statewide, that it may have been just in our region because of the winter storm. Did that play a role at all?
Well, the winter storm plays a big role in it. When you had that situation, you did have some of the refineries shutting down during the storm.
But why is it worse? Why is it worse in Northwest Louisiana than in other parts of the state? You follow me? Because there's no gas stations having trouble getting gas in Lafayette, New Orleans.
So, I've heard that there have been some issues around some of the racetracks, the independents of getting those filled. You do have more refineries in South Louisiana. So there's 17 total in the state. Shreveport area, the only one is Calumet. So they would be producing gasoline for that area. The gasoline is going to move to where the market demand is. So as you have production down here, it's going to come there soon. It moves like any other product. It's a commodity driven price. It's going to come where it's needed.